Guys, it's me, the dude who talks, and welcome to today's video. So for today I'm going to be talking about the new album from Asian Death Crustacean called Baikal, which came out on the 26th of June. So who are Asian Death Crustacean, you might ask? Well, essentially they are a four-piece experimental metal band from London, and they were formed in 2013. So the album's title was named after the world's oldest and deepest lake, which is found in Siberia, and they chose this title because they wanted to evoke a sense of exploration, of beauty and threat. Also, I want to give note to the album artwork, which is an image of the sun, and in their words they wanted to use that to capture the duality of genesis and destruction. Sounds quite interesting, this. The album was recorded in the studio beneath Stockholm in Sweden last year. The album was helmed by Jens Borgen, who has worked with bands like Opeth and Between the Buried and Me, and David Castillo, who has worked with Bloodbath and Leprous. So what did I think of Baikal? Did I love it, or did I hate it that much I wanted to grab all traces of the album and throw it in the bottom of Lake Baikal, which, come to think about it, isn't a really good idea. But anyway, let us find out. Well, Baikal is broken up into 6 parts, all named Baikal Part 1, etc, etc. First part starts off very quiet, and to be honest, it wasn't what I was initially expecting from this album. I was expecting something like quite chaotic from the get-go. And from the first listen, especially from this part, it lets you believe that you're listening to a post-rock album with that kind of standard riff throughout. However, as that riff progresses, there's a bit more of noodling that would fit right at home on a Battles record, so there's like a little bit of math rock that's there. And you can tell that these guys don't want to be pigeonholed into one genre. Though things do start to build up towards the end of the song, and when it hits, for example, ooh, nice. And it was there on that they dipped their toes in progressive metal with this meaty guitar hook. However, it's very short-lived and goes a bit more quieter towards the end, and this leads on into Part 2. So one thing that could be said about Part 1, and this is just my personal opinion, that it did take a while to get going for me, though I do more than appreciate what they are doing with this album. Part 2 starts off in the same fashion, very gentle. There's some very softer sounding melodic guitars, though things do get louder, and unlike Part 1, it takes less time to get going, which is a good thing, and then it builds up with this nice chugging riff. Though, in usual fashion with this album, this quickly subsides. And what I have actually noticed about these guys is that they can seamlessly flip between genres, and it makes for some really interesting compositions. In a way, it can go from heavier prog metal to math rock with a little bit of pop post-rock thrown in, also add a little bit of jazz as well. And then when it picks up, the heavier riffs start going, and also I really want to give note to the drums because they really go for it, and there's some really insane rhythms. And just when you think the song is climaxing, it changes gears slightly by slowing down but keeping that heavy guitar tone. Also, I want to give note to the tempo changes, the way that it builds up speed and then it slows back down. The way it flicks between that is pretty incredible. It has a dreamy feel, as the opening riff is very soft sounding, and this is also helped with the cymbals, adding to the dreaminess of the song. However, like usual with this album, it kind of changes and there's more noodling used, and then it gives way to this. The nice subtle use of sliding techniques, though like usual, as soon as it gets heavier it slows down a bit. However, there's a bit more of a jazz influence with the drum beat, though things do build up again and the tempo rapidly gets faster. What I do like is like how the album likes to pull the rug from under your feet, especially when you're thinking a song is going to an obvious destination. However, it does something completely different and unexpected, and I find this absolutely captivating. Also, what I liked about part 3 was at the end where they used these riff from part 1 towards the end, which I think is used as part of the concept of the album. However, what is unexpected is that towards the end it does this like breakdown thing, and it's like feels like something out of Carbon, and I'm like, nice. The previous parts had a similar structure to them. Part 4 takes a slightly left turn and has a more orchestral feel to it and feels much more calming in its nature. Though this felt more like a segue more than anything, and did feel, in my opinion, that it went on a little bit longer than it needed to. Like, I do like the first part of the song where the violin builds up, however it just builds up to nothing, and then for the most part of that song it just has that ambient noise until the last part of the song where there's this nice acoustic guitar. I just wish that part was a bit like condensed, just a little bit. However, there's a bit more to it as well. As the last 30 seconds of the song you can hear the feedback of a guitar giving way to the next part. So you've heard me moan a little bit about a couple of songs on this album taking a little longer to get going. However, part 5 changes that and delves headfirst with a very slow, meaty riff that appears to be a little catchy, however has a lot of dissonance in it, in the way that the song progresses. There's like these little subtle changes in the way that some like the notes distort on the guitar, and I think this keeps things interesting. Like usual, in typical fashion, it has a more calmer, serene moment halfway, and this is done seamlessly without it sounding ham-fisted, which shows that these guys can deliver some epic compositions. Part 5 is the longest song on the album and has definitely the most going on. For me, it's like a shape-shifting creature, the way that it changes genres in a way that a chameleon changes colour. And one standout for me, which I have to like talk about, is the end of the song, and there's this riff used that made me think of Godspeed You Black Emperor. However, they change this by speeding it up over some really insane blast beat. So, part 6 is the last song on the album, and for me felt like an extended ambient outro, and is very gentle sounding, yet feels very atmospheric and a bit foreboding with the use of guitar effects. However, it didn't do that much for me, but I bet it was just a way to end the album just quietly, and I'm okay with that. This album was not what I expected in the slightest, and it's all the better for it, and that's what made it such a compelling listen. Now, if you're expecting something that's just straight up metal, you are going to be disappointed. I felt it was something by a band that were doing something very unique. The album is a shapeshifter of different genres and flows into one absolute complex beast of an album. It flows seamlessly. The way I could break it down to try and explain it a bit better for you is like Battles, Boren, De Club of Gore, and Opeth meet up for a pint and bashed up a project. I will say that you should really listen to this album from beginning to end to really get it. Like, no interruptions whatsoever, just listen to it just all the way through. It was me talking about Asian Death Crustacean with their album Baikal. Have you listened to this album yet? Please let me know what you thought about it down below in the comments section. Like always, if you've enjoyed this near 10-minute ramble, please like, share and subscribe. It really helps out. I'm also on Facebook as well if you want to give that a click. The link to that is in the description. And yeah, my next video should be next week, where I'll be talking about a new EP, so hopefully you'll want to stick around for that. And that's it, and all I've got left to say to you guys is I've been the dude who talks. You guys are fucking incredible. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Okay, so not got rid of me just yet. I'm just going to stand here awkwardly and point to here so you can see some more videos that I've done, and also round here. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, somewhere there's a subscribe button if you feel like you want to subscribe to this quality of content. So, yeah.